All right, Shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I'd like to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father and His Son, whose names are Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Yahweh, in the name of His Son, Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopefully elect. I'm the brother lawyer. Come back with a quick lesson. All right, I'm a brother of the Great Millstone Nashville camp. All right, I hope this edifying. Well, I hope this lesson is edifying. All right. And so there's this article, or I believe it's a news article from gmfus.org, and it says a Chinese uh, reading of America's downfall. And so basically going into how China sees the downfall of America, and really starting with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. They seen the downfall of America way before any other people had seen this coming. All right, so it says America against America, and you can read this article. It's talking about the economics and so on and so forth. It talks about how China is surpassing America, and basically America's falling the same way. So, like, let me get some water. America is falling the same way like how Rome did. All right, dealing with the economics, the division. That's what really inspired the lesson, was because America's at an all-time high for division. Starting with this, not economic, what they call it, presidential election. The different candidates, which George Washington stated not to do that. Fast forward, they do that, and what happened? It brought forth division. But man's goings are of the Lord. So the Lord ultimately set these kingdoms up, set these rulers up. He's ordering this division in the last days. Even Yahweh Shai stated that. All right, so let's get into it. I ain't gonna waste a lot of time on the article, or and matter of fact, I do want to read something that was in here. In this, where is it at? Yeah, right here. It says learning from and surpassing the United States. It says Juan Hunin set out to understand how the United States, a relatively young country, could be so much more economically successful than China, right? And as of now, that's not happening, you know, and that's why in the book of Joel, it says, "Let the weak say that I am strong." Of course, because of their military might, but hey, the weak is now strong because of their economics. It says, let's keep reading this a little bit. Let's start right, young country. Let's start right here. It could. All right. It says, Juan Hunin set out to understand how the United States, a relatively young country, could be so much more economically successful than China, a millennial-old civilization, because the Lord set up America, all right, and Esau, Edom, the so-called white race, all right. He has that hegemony. It says he also wanted to know how this country could emulate that success, even if it meant setting economic, if not politically, orthodoxy aside. He found part of his answer in unexpected aspects of American society, such as sports, right? And that's the same thing that Rome had. The Colosseums, right? This is Rome 2.0. America is Rome 2.0. That came back into power, whose deadly wound was healed, right? It says, he observed that football embodies the American spirit of using strength to get there fast. He was also fascinated by the four C's: calls, computers, and credit cards, all symbolic of American success and absent from Chinese society, at the time, right? At that time, right? But you fast forward, now America is at the bottom. Their economics, their debt to China, you know. Let's see, because really they're just investigating or going into how America, was thriving at one point. Their economics, right? Let's see. Damn. They didn't really have anything else that I really wanted to go into, but the main point with that was that the other nations see what's going on with America, all right? They see the shame. They see that the money is failing. The American lifestyle is failing and is weak, you know? America's that weak country today. So fuck all that. Let's get some scriptures now. But even how they say a picture paints 1,000 words. So when you see this, this paints 1,000 words. And when you have a failing economy, what's going to happen? Scarcity of food, resources, and the people will turn on the people. So I pulled this up. So it says Imperial Rome, 31 BC through 8476. That's when we began to rule, because we took down the Western Roman Empire. It was a split, all right? So it says, yes, the Roman Empire was divided and fell. In 286, the Roman Empire was split into Eastern and Western empires, each with its own empire or emperor, Salakia. The empire's large size, political and social instability, and invasions contributed to the split, you know, and that's what's happening today. You know, it says the Western Empire suffered several Gothic invasions and was sacked by the Vandals in 455 AD. The Western Roman Empire came to an end in 476. The eastern half of the empire continued to exist as the Byzantine Empire for hundreds of years, and its cap is for thousands, or Salakia, or 1,000 years. It wasn't hundreds, it was 1,000 years. And that's when you had the Dark Ages and we ruled. All right? All right, and let me go back. No, Salakia, yeah. So right here, in 80 to 86, the Roman Empire was split into Eastern and Western Empire, empires, each ruled by their own empire. So basically, it's stating the same facts about, what happened. So yeah, it was a split. You had the pagan Western Roman Empire, then you had the Holy Roman Empire in the East, and that's when Hebrew Israelites ruled. All right. So yeah, it was a split, and ultimately we got taken down. All right. Then the Western Roman Empire, they came back up into power during the time of the Dark Age. At the end of the Dark Ages. All right, Satan was loosed for a time in the season. So we're gonna get some division scriptures real quick, and we know that America is Egypt. All right, America is Babylon, is Egypt. All right, it's all these wicked kingdoms of old. So Isaiah 19:2-4, or really Isaiah 19:2, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. They shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. And these different Egyptian kingdoms, which they're the Edomites today, they are against each other. America is against Russia. They're the same people. They're the Edomites. America's ultimately the NATO and the EU. Which they're Edomites, but they're the ones in power. They're the pharaohs, the top pharaohs today. They're going to be against America. All right. So yeah, their kingdom, their house is divided like how the Israelites were. We were divided and we fell. That's plain and simple. and it's gonna come. How am I gonna say this? It's gonna increase day by day. Yeah, you're gonna have Jacob versus Esau, but you're gonna have Esau versus Esau. All right. Mark 3 uh, and I'm gonna start at. I'm gonna get the main point. 23. It says, and he called unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, the kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against Satan, or Slacky, and if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end. So Esau, Edom, they have an end. We had an end. Now you have another people that's calling themselves, the Jews. They're the holy ones. They're in the land, right? But hey, we have I don't want to say second manifest destiny, but we have a kingdom that's getting ready to come. We have a second time to come back into power and stay in power. And these small heads, they know that. They know that. And these top, Edomite scholars, they know that too. All right. So yeah, Satan's house divided, it cannot stand. Esau won't be able to stand. All right. His time is up. Luke 12:51 says, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth, and this is Yahweh speaking. It says, I tell you nay, but rather division. So Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh they're bringing that division, and it's at an all-time high. Even in this truth is division. You're gonna be against unbelieving family members, unbelieving wives, but don't leave your wife or your husband if they unbelievers. If you have a good relationship, or he or she do for you, or vice versa. Don't you ain't supposed to leave your wife or your husband. All right. It says, from henceforth there shall be one. Oh well, yeah. Here you go. From henceforth there shall be five in one house divided, three against two and two against three, and that's believers against unbelievers. Or hell, even if say it's a 2/3 household, you got some that voted for Trump, some that voted for Kamala, that bullshit. So yeah, all time division. All right. It says, verse 53, the father shall be divided against the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. So yeah, that division is going to come. And guess when it's really going to come? It's going to come when that MOTB is presented. That's when it's really going to come also. Some gonna take it, some not gonna take it. Why you didn't take the microchip? We need that to eat. Because Jake don't have the understanding that, this word is what's gonna keep you stable. This understanding, the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna keep you stable in the time to come. It's gonna keep you fed. But the Lord will also actually feed you with food. He knows what we want or what we need, all right? And I'm gonna get Second Ezra 16. I forgot where I wanted. Shit. Well, I know what I wanted. All right. Second Ezra 16 and verse. Let's see. Where is it at? It's a lot of different stuff I can get in here, but it's something particular that I want. It's coming up. Where is it at? Damn, where is it at? Yeah, here. Yeah, I want to get this. Yep, there you go. Let's see. Well, actually, I mean, yeah, that goes to the persecution of us getting taken out of our houses and so forth for being the elect or the hopeful elect. But there was something else that I wanted. I'll come back to it. I'll come back to it. All right, so this is Second Ezra 15, or this is 6, Salakia. Second Ezra 6, and I'm gonna start right here. And this goes into, when the famine happens, when society stops, so to speak. Second Ezra 6, and I'm gonna start at 22. It says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown; the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty," because there's gonna be a lack of resources. All right, so and stores only got food, for up to like 3 days. So it's gonna be a lack of resources, and this is gonna bring that division, that warfare. You know, it says, verse 24, "And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run." So it's gonna be a lack of water, food, resources, right? So you know, you're gonna have friends fighting like enemies. You're gonna have preppers that's gonna go at it with each other. When they run out of food, they're gonna go to the other preppers. The doomsday preppers. They got food stored up. They're gonna go for them. You're gonna have people kicking your doors, for lack of food, or you know, all that. It's gonna be like that. But the people of the Lord, they're gonna be protected. All right. Um, and that's all I wanted with that. Well, I'm really sure I can get that second Ezra 16 now, but it was something else in particular that I wanted. It might be in another chapter. I mean, but it's a lot in here. It's a lot in here. But I just get the main point that I wanted, because this is what the believers are going to go through, but they're going to be protected. All right. And also too, like I was saying, it's a division between Jake, the 2/3 and the 1/3. The 2/3, they can come after us. You're gonna have guys in this truth that you done talk with. The spirit of Satan gonna be on them. They gonna come after you. But may the Lord put them down. All right. Second Ezra 16, and I'm gonna start at 70. It says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities, ain't no way of getting around what's coming, a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, and they shall be like madmen, spare none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire." So in that time, the hour of temptation, you're gonna be tried. The believers are gonna be tried. The Lord's gonna put us through multiple tests to see how faithful we are. So that's that trying process. Some gonna be found. Some are gonna be found, to be pure, and then some gonna be found to have impurity still, and you're gonna be cast out. And Lord will let me or any brother or sister that's watching the video. All right. I'll read verse 74. It's like it says, "Hear, O ye my beloved, said the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same." So you're going to be saved. You're going to be delivered if you keep your trust in Yahweh Bashim Shah. You keep your trust in Him for food, water, resources. You trust in Him to get you through those tough times, to protect you, right? Verse 75, "Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your God." I mean, your guide, all right? Let me get off of that. This is Second Ezra's 15. Yep, Second Ezra's 15. Damn, I forgot where is it at? It was 15. Yep, Second Ezra's 15. And this will be, I'm gonna wrap it up with this one. I'm gonna start with Second Ezra 15 and 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein," right? Which woe means destruction. It says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." And that's what's coming. All right, that division. People against the military, people against so-called blacks, or against so-called whites, Asians. All nations are going to play a part in this. All right, every people's going to be for their own people. You know, and it says, verse 16, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Right, so they ain't gonna regard no president, no police. There ain't gonna be no damn police like that. You know, they're not gonna give a damn. They're gonna do, what they want in their time. It says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." And the toughest niggas. When I say niggas, I'm talking about white, black, Asian, no matter. Men, they're gonna be afraid like women. They're gonna be like women in that day. Verse 19: "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread and great tribulation." So that's what's coming. And these Edomites that team up, you want to be buddy buddy, it's going to happen unto them, because really Jake don't got no resources like that. So-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics, you know, and our Israelite Slacky, and the Israelite foreigners, we ain't got no resources like that because we under the curses. But these Edomites, other nations, they flow in wealth, so they got these other different resources, guns, water, food stored up. All right, and so hey, they gonna go through it. Hey, but this is the downfall of our enemies. So Lord will, this is edifying. Ooh, excuse me, Slacky. Lord will, this is edifying to the elect. And before I close, I'd like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, Shalom.